Hi, my name's Sage. I'm 26. I do comedy, but I'm a pretty serious person. I walked around Pioneer Square in Seattle all day with my buddy Tyler, but I'm a pretty serious person, you know? And this question, what is the value of a human life? I've been thinking about this a lot lately. After my day, I went down to the beach in West Seattle and threw some rocks around, just throwing some stones, seeing if I can build something, because that's what I want to do. I'm a builder, not a skillful builder, but a social builder for sure. I like to build community. I like to build my values, my principles. That's what I use to conduct my life. I'm not religious, pretty spiritual though. I had a pretty spiritual experience over the past, I'd say, a couple months. But as you can see here, I'm starting to build something, and rocks are a good metaphor. Tried to stack that one. Oh, Phil, shit. Here we go. Then I was like, okay, well, what if I just kind of piled them? Just pile them on top of each other. Each rock kind of, as I'm doing this, represents an aspect of my life, And that can sound silly. Rocks? Your life? What the hell are you talking about? But I'm serious. Like, simple things like this in life give me a lot of pleasure. Just stacking rocks, And the value of a human life, I think the value of a human life is just as valuable as the voice beyond it, the consciousness, the thoughts, the dreams, the desires. I like to excavate myself every day and rebuild myself every day. I found this rock. I really liked it. It had a couple barnacles on it. When a rock has a barnacle on it, I like to think there's a reason for that, because you don't see every rock with barnacles, but this one had like 4 or 5. So I wanted to keep it. You could see across the water there. I wish I knew where that was, but it's really nice being by the water. I'm a Pisces, And here you can see there's the rock. There it is. I looked at this little board here and I was like, oh, okay, this might be a good place to prop my camera. Then I found some sticks and got distracted. Started stacking them, trying to build something. Yet again, just trying to build something. That's all I'm doing here. Asserting my humanity, trying to build something. Then I saw this log and I'm like, wow, that's like a bridge. Reminded me of a Bridge to Terabithia. You know what I mean? That's a good movie. Then I got lost and looked at the clouds, and the clouds were like really kind of ominous in a really comforting way, if that makes sense. I'm really comfortable with the darkness in my life. That's something that makes me different. And then when you look down, where'd the rock go? It was in my pocket. And I got a shot of the water here, just kind of practicing my camera. I don't even have a tripod or anything, but looking at the waves, all the different rocks. There's so many different rocks. Each rock has its own story, its own struggles, its own trauma. I'm not talking about rocks. I'm talking about human beings here, if you couldn't follow. But maybe a rock does. Who knows? I mean, is a rock sentient? A lot of pop culture teaches us that it is. I believe human beings are sentient, though, for sure. And there's a big-ass rock. Look at the Yeezys, peep those nice little fucking laces. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I could use this little board here. It's actually pretty cool. There's a couple of rusty bolts on it, probably 3. Walk over the logs. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm wearing my green corduroys too. I love those green corduroys. They remind me of my grandpa, Ken. He passed away in 2016 from cancer. He had throat cancer, and he was like done with Western medicine. He said, fuck it, I'm going to beat this shit with the good old ketogenic diet. And a spoiler alert, he did not end up beating it. But then I kind of walk in here and I look and I'm like, a couple different paths now. Fuck that. I'm going in the grass here. I like the way the grass feels on my feet. Oh, look at that nice transition. Here we go. And we're going up the steps. In life, human beings have to climb up steps all the time. And each step kind of represents a day. And on a day like today, I got punched in the face mentally probably like 6 or 7 times. But I did not give up. I kept stepping, and then I'm skipping steps here. That's called leapfrog, baby. Jay-Z once said, what is success to him? Success is when you're at point A trying to get to point B and you find yourself at point C. Well, I live in point C 24/7, you know? And then when I got home, I took that board and some blue nail polish, and I was like, oh, let's go to town. So first I did a permanent marker right there, just drawing it out. Look at me, dude. Look how in the zone I am. God, I look cute in that. I look good in that red, too. That's a Champion hoodie. Got it at my days at Zoomies when I was a copywriter. As an employee, you get a 40% discount on clothing, or 50% discount on clothing, and then 40% on shoes and hardware. That's a company that knows what the fuck is up. You can see pit nail polish there. And this is kind of the value of a human life. You know, what the fuck was I doing today? I don't even really know. I told myself I wanted to make a little short film, so here we are. It's called Slice of Sage, or Sage Slice, whatever I called it, but I'm just really in my mode. I value the life of a human being. I see everything that's going on in Israel, Palestine, and a lot of people tune that shit out, or they look at the numbers and they're like, wow, 40 human beings dead. But each one of those human beings could have been a doctor, an artist, a poet, a lawyer. They had thoughts, dreams, ambitions. I wasn't thinking about that when I was painting, but as soon as I stopped painting, that's kind of where my mind goes these days. And what can I do as an American? You know, not much. Not much. What are we left with when technology and AI and everything really takes its toll? Well, I'll tell you, we're left with the human being we are and our voice. So I'm going to try to use my voice. And a lot of people, a lot of systems, a lot of groups, a lot of communities don't like when you use your voice in a truthful way, when you're honest with yourself and others. That's terrifying in 2024. But that's all I'm trying to do. Assert my humanity. I'm trying to end dehumanization in my life. I'm tired of dehumanizing people 24/7. I want to humanize the world. I value humanity over identity. I think something wrong with Seattle is we all start from identity and we don't start from the human being. But yeah, I ended up making this nice sign. I'm going to show you here, Sage's Foundation. Thanks for listening, guys.